watch though. Let's just see if there's something on the tube. Hey y'all. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Let's see what to watch.
Peter Parker. Peter Parker.
Miles Morales, Matt Gargan, Ben
Peter Parker.
Riley.
Peter
Okay.
Parker.
Ed Markey
Hey.
is not now and never has been the same. Bosses, billionaires, no one tells me where to stand.
When it comes to big banks and corporations driving up costs, Ed Markey doesn't back down.
Peanut butter and jelly a long
To
way.
protect the vulnerable, fight for Medicare for all, and abolish ICE. That's
Peanut butter
I've been
and jelly
standing
a
up for the
long
boss for a long
way.
time, so I know no one gives it to you. We have to fight.
I'm not gonna lie, hold up.
I'm Ed Markey. I prove this man.
I might not even do this car today.
Also known as Spider-Man, was born in Queens, New York, to Richard and Mary Parker, who worked as CIA agents. After their deaths, he was raised by his uncle and aunt, Ben and May Parker. At 15, Peter was bitten by a genetically altered spider, gaining superhuman strength, agility, and a precognitive spider sense. Peter initially used his powers for personal gain, but after Uncle Ben was unalived by a burglar, Peter could have stopped. He realized that with great power came great responsibility. As Spider-Man, Peter began fighting crime while struggling financially and dealing with a smear campaign led by Daily Bugle
Actually, I need my phone to do what I was about to
Jameson.
do.
He eventually earned
on
money by
SketchUp.
selling photographs of himself as Spider-Man to the Daily Bugle. Over time, Peter faced countless threats, including the Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and the Spider-Verse conflict. Miles Morales. Miles Morales was born and raised in Brooklyn,
Real quick, I
where his
guess.
life changed at the age of 13 after he was bitten by a genetically
13.
engineered spider stolen from Oscorp by his uncle Aaron Davis. The bite gave Miles superhuman strength, agility, enhanced reflexes, spider sense, and the ability to stick to surfaces. However, he also developed abilities Peter Parker never had, including camouflage and powerful bioelectric attacks. Miles originally wanted nothing to do with being a superhero and hoped to live a normal life. That changed after the original Spider-Man, Peter Parker, was killed by Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. Miles felt guilty because he possessed powers but had done nothing to help Peter. He began wearing Peter's Spider-Man costume and slowly accepted the responsibility of carrying on his legacy. After proving himself, Miles created his own identity and became the new Spider-Man of his universe. When the Ultimate Universe was destroyed, Miles survived and was transported to Earth 616, where Peter Parker trained him and he later joined the Champions. Mac Gargan,
Okay, that makes sense
originally
then.
known as the villain Scorpion, Mac Gargan became Spider-Man during the Dark Reign era after bonding with the Venom symbiote. The symbiote greatly increased his strength and aggression, turning Gargan into an even more dangerous threat. Norman Osborn then recruited him into the Dark Avengers, a government-sanctioned team made up of villains posing as heroes. To complete the deception, Gargan was given a black Spider-Man costume and presented to the public as the team's version of Spider-Man. For Gargan, however, this was never about becoming a hero. He was reckless, sadistic, and openly violent, with no concern for human life.
I
The Venom
am
symbiote also fed his
working on
violent instincts,
SketchUp.
and Gargan frequently killed and even ate his enemies during combat. He was so unstable that Norman Osborn had to use drugs to help control his aggression and maintain
And
the
watching
Spider-Man
this
disguise.
Spider-Man thing.
While the Dark Avengers were meant to convince the public that Osborn's team were legitimate heroes, Gargan became a twisted imitation of Peter Parker. Instead of using Spider-Man's image to inspire people, he used it to spread fear, turning one of Marvel's greatest symbols of responsibility into something terrifying, Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly was created by the Jackal as a clone of Peter Parker. After surviving his apparent death, Ben spent 5 years in exile before returning to New York after learning that Aunt May's health was failing. He eventually reunited with Peter, and although their similarities initially created difficulties, the two became allies. Ben first took on the identity of the Scarlet Spider and fought alongside Peter. Later, Peter decided to retire as Spider-Man after learning that Mary Jane was pregnant. Wanting to focus on his growing family and leave behind the dangerous life of a superhero, Peter stepped away from the mantle, allowing Ben to become the main Spider-Man of New York. Despite being a clone, Ben possessed the same basic spider powers as Peter, including superhuman strength, agility, reflexes, durability, wall crawling,
Hello.
and spider sense. However, Ben did not simply copy Peter's identity. He created his own costume and developed his own way of being Spider-Man, continuing Peter's mission of protecting New York while proving that even a clone could carry the mantle in his own way. Paviter Prabhakar. Paviter Prabhakar was a young boy from an Indian village who moved to Mumbai with his Aunt Maya and Uncle Beam. Like Peter Parker, Paviter was a bright student who struggled
Me?
with bullying and poverty. His path to becoming
America.
Spider-Man was different, however. While running away from bullies, Paviter encountered an ancient yogi who granted him mystical spider-like powers. Rather than receiving his abilities from a radioactive or genetically altered spider, Paviter's powers came from Indian mythology and magic. He gained abilities such as wall crawling, superhuman agility, and spider sense. At first, Paviter struggled to understand what his powers meant. When he refused to help a man being attacked by criminals because he believed it was not his responsibility, he later discovered that the victim was his beloved Uncle Beam. His uncle's death filled Paviter with guilt, reminding him of the yogi's lesson about great power and great responsibility. Paviter then embraced his
This is
destiny
like
and
really
became
distracting because I
Spider-Man.
don't understand.
Yeah, that's for you guys. But that's not our resource because you concede the Bible. It's objective.
All right, let's go.
We might find out how to build a time machine today. We got 8 real attempts for it. I don't even know where I would start, but we got 8 attempts.
All-wheel drive Hyundai Kona SE for $189 a month, or get $1,000 customer cash. Hurry in.
But I don't want the needles to be too big. What do you think? Although baggy is very popular now, shouldn't it?
All right, let's go. Number 8, the Chronovisor, the Vatican's secret time viewing machine. In
From India,
1972,
nice.
a Catholic priest named Father Pellegrino Ernetti made one of the most extraordinary claims in the history of
I'm
science.
really.
He told Italian journalist Father Francois Brune that he and a team of prominent scientists had successfully built a device capable of receiving and displaying images of past events that had occurred centuries or even millennia before the machine was ever conceived. He called it the Chronovisor, and he insisted it worked by detecting the residual electromagnetic impressions that every sound and image leaves behind in the fabric of the universe. This was not a fringe figure making wild claims in obscurity. Ernetti was a respected Benedictine monk, a trained physicist, and an internationally recognized expert in archaic music. The claimed collaborators Ernetti named were staggering in their prestige. He said the team included Nobel Prize-winning physicist Enrico Fermi, and aerospace pioneer Werner von Braun, among 10 other leading scientists whose identities he refused to disclose. The Chronovisor, as Ernetti described it, was assembled from a complex arrangement of metal alloys and electronic components tuned to isolate and reconstruct specific frequencies of light and sound that persist invisibly around us. He claimed the team had tested the device on historical events, theatrical performances, and political speeches.
How'd you
from
cut
centuries
your
past,
finger? What did you
viewing
do?
them as clearly as a television broadcast. The anomaly at the heart of this story is not simply that the claims are extraordinary. It is that Ernetti produced what he said was evidence. He presented a photograph allegedly captured through the Chronovisor's viewing screen, purporting to show the face of Jesus Christ during the crucifixion. He also claimed to have witnessed and partially transcribed a complete performance of the lost Latin play Thyestes, written by Quintus Ennius in 169 BC, a work that no copy of has survived to the present day. Those two pieces of supposed evidence were received with a mixture of astonishment and deep skepticism, because they were simultaneously impossible to verify and impossible to dismiss without access to the device itself. The skeptical case against Ernetti is substantial and specific. Enrico Fermi died in 1954, 18 years before Ernetti went public, which means Fermi could never confirm or deny his participation. The photograph of Christ was subsequently identified by researcher Adriano Forgione as a retouched reproduction of a commercially sold wooden sculpture created by sculptor Lorenzo Culout Valera. Before his death in 1994, Ernetti recanted the photograph specifically, admitting it was not genuine, but he maintained until his final days that the Chronovisor itself was real, and that it had been confiscated and suppressed by the Vatican to prevent the theological chaos that verifiable images of biblical events would cause. The Vatican has never officially confirmed the device existed, but it has also never directly called Ernetti a liar. Father Brune himself never abandoned the story, publishing further investigations into the Chronovisor years after Ernetti's death and interviewing former associates who claimed partial knowledge of the project without ever producing the device or a single surviving component. No blueprint, no prototype, and no third-party engineer who worked on the assembly has ever surfaced, which leaves the entire case resting on the testimony of one man and the loyalty of those who believed him. What persists long after the debunking of the photograph is a question that the debunking does not
This
actually
car is
answer.
not coming
If
out
the
good.
chronovisor was
This
pure
is, I just
invention,
realized,
why
this is
did
only half the
respected
car.
Greece with a
This is
serious
about the side.
scientific
This is about to be a
background
really big
risk his
car.
entire
But,
reputation
oh wait,
and
no, I was
legacy
gonna
on a claim
do
he
what they
knew
told
could
me to
destroy
do
him?
with an
The
Adam once
suppression
again.
narrative is convenient, certainly, but it is also exactly the narrative that would be
My
constructed around a
goodness.
genuine discovery that powerful institutions needed to contain. The chronovisor sits at the intersection of faith,
I gotta
physics, and
think.
institutional power, and in that particular intersection, the truth has a long
Cause I had a
history of
project I
becoming
was gonna
permanently
do that wasn't the
inaccessible.
car.
Number 7.
That was gonna be
Robert
really nice,
Mallet and the
actually.
Ring Laser Time Machine. In the year 2000, University of Connecticut theoretical physicist Ronald Mallet published a peer-reviewed paper in the
University
journal
of Connecticut?
Physics Letters B outlining a
Yukon?
mathematically grounded method for constructing a genuine time machine using circulating beams of laser light. The paper had not appeared from nowhere. Mallet had spent the previous 4 decades working steadily toward this single publication, driven by a motivation that had nothing to do with academic ambition. When he was 10 years old, his father died of a heart attack at the age of 33, and the grief-stricken boy read H.G. Wells' The Time Machine and made a private vow to build one. The physicist who published that paper in 2000 was still, at his core, a son trying to get back to his father. Mallet's proposal rested on a creative extension of Einstein's general relativity, specifically on the principle that mass and energy both curve the fabric of space-time. Einstein had established that massive rotating objects drag space-time around them, a phenomenon known as frame dragging. Mallet reasoned that if mass could curve space-time, then light, which also carries energy, could do the same thing. By circulating laser beams in a ring, he proposed creating a gravitational field similar to the one produced by a rotating mass, and by intensifying that field sufficiently, twisting space-time into a closed loop, a loop through which a particle, or eventually a signal, could travel backward in time. The anomaly in Mallet's proposal is not its ambition, but its specificity. This was not science fiction, and it was not fringe theorizing. The paper appeared in a legitimate, peer-reviewed physics journal and engaged seriously with established
That
general
lucky might be
relativity.
tough.
Fellow physicist Ken Wharton and other colleagues raised mathematical critiques, arguing that certain singularity can...
Let me stop, because I'm looking at all these equations and stuff. I gotta start school in a few days.
You wanna know what is the criteria? The criteria? Okay, let's see. Let's see what the criteria is.
Teleporter. A machine scans every
What hunted humans before we became the apex predator? And it's just like a very... It's a picture, the thumbnail... No, never mind. The thumbnail is
3
low-key.
million years ago.
The thumbnail is crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Moses, the Torah. So, it doesn't mention that in the Quran. It probably is in the Hadith somewhere. Okay, but yes, we don't know if he actually was given. I'm not sure if he was given the Torah. Right, so the Islamic understanding.
Number 8. The Sword of San...
Okay, guys. I am going to have to see y'all later, because actually, I'm just trying to get back to the Bob, for real.
Yeah, that's what criteria is.
And, this, I don't know what I'm about to do with this car.
Whatever you say. So, according to everything we've learned,
I've already worked on it for quite a while today. I just don't want, like, I don't want to be finished right now, but I don't know how to move on, I mean, it's mad weird and whatnot. Like, why is there a bottom missing over here, but there's not a bottom missing over here? And the way that the guy in the video is doing it, it's not clear at all. Like, I should be done with this. I should have been done with this. But the guy in the video, he's not even, like, he's doing it for himself. And this is just part 1, which... The part 1 is 14 minutes long, first of all. 15 minutes long. And this is just part 1. And by the end of this, he has... Hold up. There's another video about to pop up. Give me a sec. That's a BMW? Okay, good. Let me see if he gives, like, maybe instructions or... No, he doesn't. Is his stuff a little bit more clear though? He did. It took him 2 hours to build something. It took him 2 hours to do it, and in the first 5 minutes, he's already got a pretty good, like, you know, a 3D shape. I have a 3D sheet, but it's just like weird. Let me see. In 14 minutes, how much does he have? Looks like he has more than us in 14 minutes. Other than us, in 13 minutes, let's see. No, he actually has less than us, not gonna lie. But it also took him 2 hours. And okay, but anyway, yeah, no. So that is it. That's it for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm supposed to be going to get my hair retwisted for school on Wednesday. Oh man. Yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna finish this. Actually, no, I'm finished with this. I don't know. I want to start my other project. I'm gonna start my other project after, you know. But yeah, no, I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace, deuces. Deuce.